Hello everyone, my name is Rob, I'm from the Insane Gamers, and this is part 30 of Forza Horizon 5 on the Xbox One. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple more races and events like that, because, well, we need to get more accolade points. We don't really, but, because I could do 2 Horizon adventures if I want to, but I said I was going to do 3. I was going to get enough to do 3 in a row. So yeah, we're going to go, I'm going to do this street race here. And yeah, I don't know how many races are going to be in this part, but we're going to be doing a few back in the Volvo. 2.5 mile away, this event. I actually went to the shops today. I went to Game, which is a retailer in the UK. And I bought some games. Well, to be fair, earlier in the week I bought, what was it? I bought it's all PlayStation stuff, which I realise this is an Xbox game, of course, but I bought PlayStation stuff because when I was in Game, to be honest, there wasn't really anything Xbox related that I wanted. I looked and there wasn't really anything in that store that I wanted. Whereas in the PlayStation stuff, there actually was stuff. So I ended up buying some PlayStation games. But anyway, earlier in the week, I went to CEX, which is another store in the UK that sells DVDs and sells games and stuff. And I bought. I mean, all this stuff is pre-owned, so don't expect anything. Well, I say that. Anyway, right. I bought what was it? Kingdom Hearts Remastered or whatever it's called. The one that has 1, 2, and then a bunch of the spin-offs on it. Bought that, and then, well, I'll tell you during the race what else I bought. But that was from CEX earlier in the week. Can I pick my car? Or are you just going to spend forever just... Like, is it crashed? No, it's not crashed. So, right, there we go, thank you. Let's be in the Corvette, because we can. Right, here's a street race. Yeah, so I got the Kingdom Hearts collection, or whatever it's called, on PS4 from CX earlier in the week. And then, today, I got Just Cause 4. Which I haven't played Just Cause 3 yet, but I do have Just Cause 3. So in the future these could be Let's Plays, so let me know if you want to see any of these, and I'll consider doing them. So yeah, I got Just Cause 4, I got Uncharted 4, which I have the HD trilogy. Now there is a PS5 version of that includes the 4th one, but I have, like, as you guys know, I have a PS5. Didn't get that version. I got, like I said, I already had the Uncharted HD trilogy on PS4 that I got before I had my PS5. And then, so I just thought, well, I might as well just get Uncharted 4. But, you know, in the future I might end up getting the version on PS5. Who knows? Probably when it's dropped down on price a lot more. I wonder if you can transfer your saves though. That'd be interesting if you could. I haven't played any of the Uncharted games, by the way. I was saving that to do it on the channel, so that will definitely be something at some point. Don't know when. And the other one I got was Immortals something. Well, I'll have to have a look at what it's called. But it's Immortals. It's a Ubisoft game. It came out in 2012. Now, those 3 games were used. They were in a 3 for 2 offer in Game, and that's very, like, I got it. I picked those 3 up, and I was like, ooh, can't wait to, you know, I'm gonna buy these. I'm not gonna play them for a bit, but I can't wait to play them at some point in the future. I'll get them. And then I took them to the counter, and the guy was just like, with this Immortals game on PS5, he was just like, yeah, even the brand new copy's in the offer, so here, just have a brand new copy. That was incredibly nice of him. This guy is very good at getting past me, isn't he? Get out the way. And then after I left the store, ironically, I saw a Lamborghini. Not one of those. I think it was a Gallardo, unfortunately. But I did see a Lamborghini. And then, but the funny thing is, he was stuck in traffic, so he couldn't actually accelerate. Sorry. It was just, I thought it was quite funny. This was just leaving a shopping centre as well. A shopping mall. There we go, I won! Hooray! The Corvette beat the Lamborghini. Here, I'll tell you what the game... It's Immortals... Phoenix Rising? I don't know if that's actually how it's pronounced. But that's what it is. That's what it's titled on the side. So I got that on PS5. So that could be a series at some point in the future. Come on, tell me... Oh, I got 5,000 XP for it. Or 5,500 XP for it. Got a bunch of credits. But I want to know how many accolade points I need. I need 7,000, right, okay. Well, I don't think we'll be doing it in this episode. I think that probably will actually take 2 or 3 episodes. Well, I don't think it will take 3 episodes to do. But I think it will definitely take more than, like, this episode. Unless I do, like, you know. Unless I, like, do all the street races, which is unlikely. Actually, I could do that, couldn't I? Change filter. Let's just see where all the street races are. Let's get rid of all. I just want the street racing events, even though that'd be quite boring for the video. But we've done that one. We've done that one. We got that one. That's a new one up there. They're all up here. Wow, there's a lot of them. I didn't actually realise how many there was. Which one would you say is the closest? Probably this one. We'll do this one then. But we'll get there. I don't know if I should cut out driving there. Just getting to the events. I would say let me know in the comments, but you know, I'm recording this in January. Granted, it's the end of January. It's the 30th of January. It is actually my birthday, so this is gonna be a weird thing. I'm gonna say comment happy birthday for me, even though you're gonna be seeing this in what, September, so it's gonna be way out of date. But yeah, I'm recording this on my birthday because I want to play this game. And I bought some games on my birthday and I'm not playing them. But yeah, let's get to this. What I mean is, like, what I was trying to say was essentially, because it's recorded so far in advance, you know, there's no point in letting me know, because by the time you comment, I might have even finished Horizon 5. Like, by the time you get those comments. And that's a slightly annoying thing for Let's Plays as well. When you do everything in advance, there'll be people being like, especially when it's super far in advance like this, there'll be people being like, well, you did this wrong, or you missed this, or blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, thanks for letting me know, but you know, this... It's the awkward thing with doing, like...
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
When I did Gran Turismo 6, originally on the old channel, before everything on this channel was a re-upload until about January, to be honest, January 2022. On the old channel, when I did Gran Turismo 6, there was actually some guy that commented, and he was like, "Oh, I got this spare DLC code for all these cars and stuff." I was like, "Cool," because I was doing the videos literally like just a few days before the games, like before they came out, so I was able to work like that in. Like it was only like a week or maybe 2 weeks later that this guy's you know, this guy's DLC stuff was included in the Let's Play. And that you do lose that when you record stuff ahead. But I do not like when I did it like that, it was awkward, because if I had issues, if I couldn't record, then I like to have a video a day, and you know, it just wasn't really possible. Let's do this then, in this same car. yeah, if I couldn't record something, like I had to like release like an older video, like even older video, like a re-upload from that. Like that's where the classic Insane Gamers or Insane Gamers retro stuff came from. It came from just videos that were on a super old channel that was probably created about 2010, and which was just me trying out games that I bought used, to be honest. That's where all that stuff came from. And well, yeah, essentially, I don't know where I'm going with this conversation, but oh, that was a bad corner. That was a really bad corner. Well, that's basically the thing with Let's Plays. This is the conversation really. Like, if you do stuff way ahead, you don't get the audience interaction. So if someone gave me like a VIP code for this game, like, oh, here's the DLC stuff for this game, I'd be like, thanks, but it's not. You're not going to see it until if I finish the game, you're not going to see that. Either I'm going to do a video right at the end and say thanks for that. Here's some of the cool stuff, or if I do it, like, if I actually did it live, or close to live, by close to live I literally mean like a few days ahead, if I get bogged down by something, like if I get bogged down by work or stuff like that, if I couldn't record a video, like if I went on holiday or vacation, then I'm basically screwed. You're not getting a video, you're having to get something else, and that's where, like I said, that's where the Insane Gamers retro stuff came from. I never liked re-uploading that stuff, but that it's the slight awkward thing with YouTube as well, is they want daily uploads. In fact, they'd actually prefer like 2 daily uploads, to be honest, which at this point, because I'm 8 months ahead technically, or 7, whatever it is, like I could do it. I mean, that's where, on the old channel, that's where Rob vs. PS2 came from, which I could bring that back technically, because I have a modded PS2 now, so I totally could bring that back, but I don't want to. Well, do I want to? Rob vs. PS2 was fun, but doing 2 videos a day was awkward. Like, that YouTube stuff, I don't know if you guys are interested in this, obviously, but YouTube stuff it's complicated when you're trying to grow a channel. It's like, if you try and do 2 videos a day, I'll try and go into this not in the race, so I can actually concentrate. I'll just do it while I'm driving there, because I won that one. Like I seem to win everything. I mean, what, I came second once so far? And that's with the difficulty on above average. Right, let's find another race to do. I've leveled up. I'm now level 39. Oh god, wheel spin. Let's do a wheel spin. I did a wheel spin a couple of you didn't see them, but I unlocked some cool cars, some nice cars. I even did a super wheel spin. I should have recorded that, but I didn't. Right, let's do. See, these are closer now. So I mean, this is the closest one. I think we'll do this one. We might do 4, or even 5, in this part, because I realise that the videos are a bit. They're not short, but they're not. I think you could probably have more content in an episode, to be honest. Oh yeah, what I was basically saying about the about YouTube stuff is, a lot of people get burnt out with doing content, and to be honest, I sort of did as well. It's awkward. I mean, if you're just a watcher of YouTube, you think, oh, that could be easy. Anyone can do that. Like, you play a game. I could do that on YouTube. That's super easy. It's not. Like, there's 7 different games on this channel. That was a cool ass drift, mate. Not gonna give you game tag out though, because technically I don't agree with that game tag. But anyway, yeah. The thing is with Happy New Year. Okay, that's didn't even know that was a thing. It's very easy to get burnt out. Essentially, like the 7 games on this channel. If I did 8, then there's 1 game that would be swapped. That would have to be swapped every week, essentially. So sometimes when you do YouTube, you do too much stuff. Like there's so many games I want to do on this channel, and they're just not happening because I don't have a slot for them. Like I want to do Dirt 5 on PS5. I want to do Spider-Man PS4. I want to do, there's loads of games I want to do. Like Ratchet and Clank 2 in HD. I promise that it's going to happen. It's going to happen as soon as Astro's Playroom is finished uploaded. Because that's the thing. There's 7 games I can do in a week. I mean, there's technically 14 if I did 2 a day. 2 videos a day. I don't want to do 2 a day because that, again, is too much. I mean, to be honest, 7 is probably too much. I mean, do you guys really want to wait a week for a video? I mean, you haven't to. And even then, it's not like everything is on a consistent schedule. There could be a Monday one day, and then the next week, the Forza Horizon comes out on a Friday. Like, I'm keeping you guessing, kind of, when the game when the video comes out. If you're just into one series. And I hope you aren't. I hope you guys actually like the mix of games. So I think for when I get to 2023, actually, I think I'll probably try and have a more consistent schedule where I would have 1 game per day. And actually, if I do bring back Rob vs PS2, which I do want to, I enjoyed doing it. It was just, awkward. Because if you're doing 2 videos a day, it's very easy to get burnt out. I mean, I did the original Rob vs PS2 series. I did it for what, 7 weeks, and I got burnt out after doing it. And I did say at the time I was going to bring it back for occasional specials. That hasn't happened, but I mean I did it once for the Thunderbird game, but that was apart from that, it didn't come back. But it's the downside of YouTube. Essentially, YouTube wants a video a day. They prefer 2, if you can. So that's a tip if you want to become a YouTuber. You want a consistent schedule. You also want, you kind of want new games or popular games, if you can. I say that, I mean, don't start a channel and be like, I'm just going to do Minecraft. No, you're not going to become hugely popular. You got to find a niche, admittedly. I mean, my niche on the original channel was Gran Turismo 6 and Need for Speed Most Wanted. I really enjoyed racing games. Was my sort of thing. It still is my jam, as you can see, because obviously I'm playing Forza Horizon. But yeah, so you want to find a niche. You want to have consistent uploads, but you don't want to get yourself too burnt out. You don't want to do you don't want to just be doing well, how can I describe this? You don't want to be doing the same game every day. It'd be so boring. I mean, I know there's channels that do this, but for me, I could not play Forza Horizon 5 every day and have a video on the channel. It just would not be... To me, I get burnt out on the game really quickly. That's why I like to have a variety of games on channels. Like, it's why I like to have, you know, first-person shooters. I like to have platformers. I like to have adventure games. You know, there's other things as well. Like I said, where? Oh, that's going the complete wrong way. Let's do this one then. Let's go to that race. What's this? The 4th race we've done? But yeah, you don't want to get burnt out doing too much content on like trying to grow your channel as well. That's, believe me, it's not something you want to do. So you don't want to do too many different games at once. Like like I said, it's the awkward thing for me. I have a different game every day that I play. I mean, like I liked doing Rob vs PS2, and like I said, I'm going to bring it back. In the new year, but it's why I also need to record a bunch of stuff ahead of time. Like, if I was trying to do this like too close to release, and I missed a day, then people will be annoyed. And anyway, let's actually go on to a different topic if we can. And well, no, we're still going to go on to games, but. It like I said, I bought that game earlier today. Those 3 games, I should say. And I don't like complaining about people in game stores. But, oh God, the person in front of me, they were such a knob. And I shouldn't say that. But they were. And I'll go into it during the race, but... We're still going to be in the Corvette, because I'm enjoying this. This car's very nice to drive, actually. Festival gate crash. Interesting. I wonder if we're going to end at the festival. Yeah, so... I don't like calling people knobs, but... I mean, there's even stronger words I'd use for them, to be honest, but... They really were. I mean... How to describe it? Oh, thanks, Chris, for crashing into me. I'm looking at the PS5 stuff. This is before I noticed the PS4 section. I'm looking at the PS5 stuff. And then I go over to the PS4 stuff, and I start looking at that. I'm like, oh, okay, it's 3 for 2. I noticed that a couple of the PS5 games, there was only about 10 of them, that were in the 3 for 2 offer, but I'm like, yep, I'll get one of them in the 3 for 2 because I can, and that's, you know, that's about it. At this point, there's this other person with their 2 kids looking at the PS5 stuff. And, you know, ordinarily, you know, whatever, I mean, he's with his 2 kids that are like, it was a man, but yeah, he's with his 2 kids. There must be about 7 or, like, one of them was like 5, the other one was like 7. And looking at the PS5, he's like, oh, do you want me, what PS5 games do you want me to get? Whatever, you know. I'm going to get 3 of them. And he picks like the really young one up. Because the PS5 games are a little bit higher up on the shelf. They're mixed in with, there's PS4 games underneath them. And it's PSVR stuff underneath as well. I mean, granted, they're just empty boxes. But, because you have to take the empty box to the counter, and then obviously they'll give you it. But, and I think there's empty boxes for the consoles there as well. Anyway, so he's like, what PS5 games do you want to get? I'm going to get 3 of them. He picks the small one up to look at the bigger shelf, and the kid's just flicking through these games that they're on this shelf. And then I don't know what happened. I don't know if he like kicked his leg or something, but whatever, the shelf below fell over and sort of landed on the empty console boxes and the box for the PSVR and whatever. And obviously all these games that are on the the shelf go absolutely flying all over the floor. And then the two kids start laughing. And then the guy picks the 3 games that he was going to get, which, to be fair, I can't remember what they were. I know one of them was the Jurassic Park game, or the Jurassic World game. But that's... And he just goes to the counter. And he just leaves the mess there. And I was just thinking, you're an absolute knob. I mean, you didn't even try, you didn't even try to clean any of it. It's all over the floor. I mean, to be fair, I didn't, but it wasn't my problem. I mean, I was away from there. You know, it absolutely wasn't me. If they look at CCTV footage, it wasn't me. And I say I didn't help. I pushed some of them so they weren't all over the floor. I mean, there wasn't really anything I could do if the entire shelf collapsed off the wall, to be fair. So I sort of pushed them further towards the wall. I'm not going to do the barn find room. We're going to go... What's the nearest one? We'll do... We'll do this one, go on. Because this is the nearest one. This is going to be the last one of the episode, though. But then, yeah, it goes to the queue. And by this point, I've picked my... I picked 2 PS4 games that I wanted the 2 PS4 games that I was getting, which was Just Cause 4 and Uncharted 4. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's that... I go back over to the PS5 section. That's when I moved the ones that were on the floor towards the wall. And I'm like, alright, okay, here's this Immortals game, I'll just get this. And then I'm in the queue and I'm behind him. And the awkward thing about it, I think Game is owned by Mike Ashley. I might be wrong. Mike Ashley was the guy that used to own Newcastle. If you're interested in football, you'll know who I'm on about. And by football, I mean soccer for Americans. Newcastle United, Mike Ashley used to own them. It's now owned by the Saudi government. But, it's at the time of recording, because it looks like they're going to be relegated. Watch that date this video incredibly badly. But yeah, so he moved all the game stores used to be individual, and he moved them all inside his Sports Direct stores, which is a clothing retailer. And the unfortunate problem is that I'm going to shut up and I'm going to just let this loading screen happen, and then I'm going to continue this conversation. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is when you used to go into an actual game store, I mean, granted, to be fair, there is some game stores in places. There's a big shopping centre near me. It's in Newcastle, actually, to be fair. I say near me. I don't live anywhere. Well, I live near how to describe where I live to people that, you know. I live in the northeast of England, if that wasn't obvious by my accent. But I don't live in Newcastle. There's a big shopping centre or shopping mall called the Metro Centre. In fact, is it the largest or it's the second largest in the UK by size? There's still an individual game store there, but a lot of them have moved to inside Sports Direct stores now. And the unfortunate thing is Mike Ashley, in doing that, has only allowed like one counter where there used to be like multiple in the individual stores. So you unfortunately get like huge queues now because there's only one person serving. And anyway, so this person is in front of me with his 2 kids, and they're getting served. But his wife or his girlfriend comes over, and she's like, oh, I'll pay for it. Fair enough. I mean, if she wants to pay for his games, whatever. Fair, if that's what she wants to do. But she's like, oh, I'm going to pay for this one on my credit card, and then I'm going to pay for this one with cash, or whatever is what she said. And then there was this huge thing that happened, and the conversation, like, she ended up chatting with the cashier for literally about 10 minutes about food. So that was something that happened. It was, and bear in mind, so you had this absolutely huge queue that was already quite long because there's only one till or one counter open at game, because Mike Ashley is a knob, essentially. He really is a knob, if you know anything about Mike Ashley. But he did that, and like, so the queue was already super long from like there only being one counter open, and then she makes it like really long by having this conversation about food while buying the games. I mean, there were 3 brand new games that they bought. Like, there were sealed copies behind the counter. The transaction really should not have took that long. Like, but that's what happened. And then I went there, and then I was out there within like 2 minutes. Here's the awkward thing, though. I mean, I got asked for ID. This is like I never get asked for ID when I buy games. And twice recently, when I've been... I mean, maybe it's like the face masks and stuff from COVID. Because we are still dealing with COVID at the time of recording. But yeah, maybe it's the face masks and stuff from COVID. But that's twice recently when I've been buying games, I've been asked for ID. It happened with Just Cause 3. And now presumably it happened with Just Cause 4, because that was the one that was rated 18. But yeah, I bought those games, so there could be Let's Plays in the future on the channel. And if, like I said, let me know if you want. How many? Wait, am I only like 2,000 away? We definitely will be doing it in the next episode. Oh, I've got a wheel spin as well. But yeah, so Uncharted, Just Cause, or Immortals. Like, if you want me to do any of them, let me know in the comment section below. I've been Rob, from the Insane Gamers. This has been part 30 of Forza Horizon 5. And ta-ra!